Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Grey High School Festival here in Port Elizabeth. Next to me is Jared Bass. Welcome, Jared.
Thanks, Lal. Looking forward to this game. I think it should be a cracker.
Yeah, we got Nico Malan, the local side, playing on Garsfontein. As you can see, we have, I think it is Nico Malan will be running on at the moment. They're obviously wearing the blue stripe. Do you know much about Nico Malan?
Not too much, Lal. From what I watched at the Grand Rugby Day, they had a couple of decent players. I haven't seen much of Garsfontein, but obviously they've had some good results this season. So I think this could be quite a good, entertaining game. Hopefully, if the weather keeps out for us.
Yeah, as you can see, folks, on the left-hand side of the field, playing left to right will be Garsfontein in a sort of a green tinge colour, and on the right-hand side will be Nico Malan in the light blue tinge. Referee today is East London-born JP Clements from the border, and he'll sure be letting this game flow as best as he can. Players to watch out that we've looked at from Garsfontein is their fullback Jandre Skierpers, also their number 9 Keegan Johannes, and two boys that are on the bench that are notable is Ulrich Claessens, who played Bulls Como Week, and last year SA Schools player Diego Apollos. So it looks like they're resting their players. They might have a sort of a bigger game on Monday that they're looking to do, and they're obviously going with them on the bench.
I think, Lal, today it's going to be important for who's going to be able to play the territorial game with this wind, because it is moving. You might not be able to see it on your screens as well, but this wind is moving heavily from right to left as you look at the screen there at the moment.
Yeah, good kick-off start there from Nico Malan. They're just pushing the boys back. Little aerial handle in there, but I think it was knocked back by one of the Nico Malan players. They just now look to obviously just set up some phases from their side. Wagner out now, just to set up another pod.
You can see Garsfontein keeping out the rucks here, not committing too many players. It's going to be important to keep ball in hand here. As I said, passing, kicking, all sorts is going to be difficult in these conditions here today.
Little pop-up there for Wagner into one of their other loose forwards, just to try and suck in that defence and try and keep the ball a bit tight in this wind. Good clean break there by number 10, Dickon from Nico Malan. Looking for some quick balls, going a bit slow from here. Good defence by Garsfontein.
Garsfontein D's sitting very tight around the ruck there. Nico Malan should try and get the ball a little bit wider, try and move away from this big pack of forwards. I think Garsfontein are going to want them to play into their forwards' hands here, so I think it's going to be probably the best to try and move it a little bit wider. But again, as I said, it's probably a bit difficult in these conditions. Yeah,
it was good line defence. They were a bit patient there with regards to that, and then just a silly offload mistake there by the number 10 Dickon. I think just trying to force that pass instead of just trying to build phases in this early part of the game. So we'll see how it's going to be out in this first scrum of the day, and let's see what the exit strategy will be for Garsfontein.
Oh, look at the forwards. They're hell of excited about this. I'm not sure if the Lucid's lining him up or checking out the Spur tent behind him there.
Good pick up back from number 8 to Johannes.
Oh, good turnover. See if they can get the ball a little bit further from the ruck here. Oh, they've gone straight back into their slow ball management here. Yeah. I think this is going to play straight into Garsfontein's hands. So it's hard to tell so early in the game, but I think Nico Malan need to try and shift that just one channel wider, make these guys work a little bit around there, because around the fringes is going to suit Garsfontein, I think.
Just taken up there by Zitzman, just got held up there by good defence by Garsfontein and pushing the man out. A little bit of argy-bargy there by the two guys saying hello to each other. Yeah, I think that with the conditions as it is, Jared, I think they're going to try and keep the game loose. I mean, not loose, a bit tighter in the beginning because of the wind. But at the same time, you've got to try and play to your strengths. And I think you can see already Garsfontein's defence is very well structured and very well planned.
Trying the bailout option there.
Yeah.
Not quite working. What did he call it? Not 5.
Yeah, not 5. Carry on to the little short arm on the 15.
Nico Malan having a lot of the early possession in this game so far. It's just going to see if they can actually make it count for anything. Good carry up there. I'm not sure which number that was.
From number 6 to Toy. It's got Wagner now to big number 8. Low. Wagner has got the ball at the base, calling back for some forwards up to Steinberg. It's again good defensive work there by Garsfontein. Seem to have their structures very well structured in the beginning and not really making it's making hard work for Nico Malan.
Yeah, I think, as I said, it's just defensively, it's quite easy to defend against the one-off pass, one-off carrier. So, as I said, they're going to work their way into this game, but Nico Malan need to start trying to bring a bit of variations around the breakdown there if they're wanting to play it that tight early on. Nico Malan had a good early scrum. Let's see if they can maintain that momentum into the second scrum. Garsfontein looking to run it out from inside their own half here.
Knock on.
Oh,
2 knock-ons.
2.
No advantage. I think also yet again they're playing to a very strong win, so they get the option strategy will probably be a quick tying 1 or 2 defenders in the back line and then maybe have a kick out. The wind is very strong, folks. It's about 55 kilometers coming from right to left on your screen, sort of at the back of Nico Malan, coming straight down the center of the field. So you'll see Garsfontein, they won't really want to kick the ball away. They'll try and keep it in hand as much as they can.
Exit strategies from a coaching perspective go out the window in today's conditions. So as you said, Garsfontein definitely going to have to keep ball in hand and work and build their way upfield here, because it's definitely going to feel like they're going to be climbing uphill here in this first half.
Just changes direction there from Nico Malan, trying just to spread that defensive line of Garsfontein. Great tackle there by one of the Garsfontein players. Wagner is just looking for the ball at the base of the scrum. Ooh, straight pass back into Dickon, regathered by Dickon. Wagner again, up to the toy. Good offload there.
Great carry, offload.
To Van Sail.
Unfortunate in the finishing touches, not being able to get that last pass away.
Good work there by Skeepers, Jared Skeepers. And good distance considering he's kicking into a quite tough wind.
I think they were under a lot of pressure. He had to clear the danger there, so make sure you get it back to the set piece, gives yourself a chance to reset and align yourself in some structured defense again.
Looks like they're going for a short line out here. Setzman in. Wagner to Dickon. To Van Sail again.
They're using a bit more width there as well now, varying the attack there. Now they can stretch this Garsfontein D and see what they can provide you on attack.
Good carry again, just looking to just stuck in 1 or 2 more defenders. The ball's a bit slow coming out, so they need to just maybe pick that speed up again of their balls once they go into the pods.
I must say Garsfontein have got really well-structured defense at the moment. They definitely seem to know their systems, working well, linking together. There's not much openings and spaces out there for the Nico Malan boys.
Good counter-rucking, good steal on the ball there. Yet again from Jared Skeepers.
Another knock.
Backwards,
it's called backwards.
Yeah.
Oh. Try time. Brilliant. Dickon. Delron Dickon. Jeez,
Yeah.
I must say, I thought there was a knock on there, Lal.
Yeah, the ref said it went backwards, and you obviously, like, you always go play to the ref's whistle, and Nico Malan reacted very quickly to that and carried on going. So, golden rule of rugby, folks, you play to the whistle, even regardless whether you feel it was a knock on. And obviously he said no, it went backwards for whatever reason. So, a great try there by Dickon. He had a great awareness to follow up after a little kick ahead, and now he's going to convert his own try.
Conversion successful. 7-0 Nico Malan.
Good steal there from Steer, because they turned over, seemed to have gone down forward, and then basically just chumped on there by number 4, Kemp, Armand Kemp, with a little kick ahead, and then Dickon to clean up with a try.
As you pointed out, you can see on that replay, the Garsfontein, just like you pointed out there, Lal, just going to sleep completely. Just not once that ball went down, they just stopped. They didn't play to the whistle. And as you said, Nico Malan aware enough to take advantage of that.
Yeah. Good advantage played by the ref too, so you know, it's good knowing the laws. So they're looking to spread wide again. Good ad, good into passing.
Oh, little half break there on the outside. Lundi. It'll be good for Nico Malan to keep piling on a bit of pressure in this first half, because second half it's going to be tough for them as well. So I would imagine from the Garsfontein side, they're looking to try and keep this down a little bit, the points wise. I think this is about a 15-18 point win at the moment. So if Garsfontein can keep them below that, I think they'll be going into second half happy campers. And on the other side of the foot, Nico Malan obviously want to put a bit more pressure on, try and open up a bit of a gap in this first half.
Malan to Nico Malan just outside the 25 of Garsfontein. Good line out ball.
Playing the man in the air.
Yeah. Garsfontein just battling to get into a bit of a rhythm. They haven't had really much of the ball, and they just seem to making one or two errors at just crucial times of this half. And it looks like he's going to go for poles. Yeah, I agree, Jared. This win's really going to be tough in the second half for Nico Malan, so they need to make sure they put Garsfontein under a lot of pressure in this first half, use the win to their advantage, play down in this in Garsfontein's half as much as possible, try and create more pressure like they've done in the first 7-8 minutes of this game, and then try and capitalize on those mistakes.
Yeah, I think for any of the travelling teams from Gauteng or Western Province or wherever it may be, this is a bit unusual for PE to be windy. It's not a common occurrence. I think for once they're going to start working out what it's like to play down in the Eastern Cape. Oh, he's decided to go for the drop goal.
Yeah, it's a great kick. Yeah, he was in his kick with regards to that, and basically what happened, the ball fell over, so he's actually got to carry on.
He almost did pop it over, so good effort there in the end, I suppose.
Garsfontein just trying to release some of the pressure they've been under in the first 10 minutes of this game. Deep down kick, long pass out to Murray. Good hands to Wagner again. Just trying to
look at the numbers committed by Nico Malan to the ruck compared to the Garsfontein boys.
Back on now.
There we go. First time they're going to have an attacking opportunity in the Nico Malan half. Let's see if they can keep a little bit of ball in hand, try and build up a few phases, get that confidence going again in their attack here.
It's a good attacking position for them at this stage, just sort of 20 meters in from the touch and just on the 10 meters. So they've got options to go left or right here.
Nice big blindside on the right here to work with for Garsfontein. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to use that or if they're going back down the left. Looks like they're going to the left.
Good running lines here by number 15.
Oh, nice bit of contact there from the fullback of Garsfontein. Big physical run there.
Always offsides. Looks like he's just pushed him back. A good attacking move here. Good work up the left-hand side here by Garsfontein. They've just first time they really had good possession of the ball, and they're looking to make well again. Just too eager. I think Nico Malan was just too eager on the outside there. Playing quickly yet again. By Johannes.
They just got to be patient inside the attacking 22 now, because it's not going to be too often that they're going to be able to get up top here.
Ref just wants to have a chat. Too many infringements, I think, within the 5.
Lal, I must say, it's from that scrum to where they are now, it took them only about 3-4 phases. So I think very good attacking signs in terms of the Garsfontein group. They can take a lot of confidence from that. Got over that vantage line quite easily. Have we got a yellow card there?
Yeah.
Who's that going off? Dion van Sale.
Yeah.
13. Looks like he's been sent to the bin with only one boot on as well. So he's got some time to get that back on and think about what he's just done wrong.
Yeah, I think JP Clements is trying to eliminate out the slow play. Wants obviously to encourage positive play, and obviously stamping that down early on in the game. The short line out here is a 2-man line out. Watch if they don't use number 9 as a decoy runner or a jumper as well. Ooh.
Oh. Lost that one on there. Not the greatest execution. No. 5 meters from the try line. You'd think that they would have had a little bit more structured play in there. Tried almost a trick play.
Yeah, good clearance. You can see the folks who wins really pushed it back. Now we're back onto Skippers picking up for Garsfontein. He's got runners on the outside. Great stepping, great feet from Skippers as he makes his way up the field. Great tackle there by Nico Malan.
There's a lot of space out wide here if they can get their hands through. I think that could even be another yellow card. That.
Yet again, they're not playing to the whistle. Here they go again. Garsfontein really looking strong with ball in hand. Just getting up again. Johannes making good work of the number 9s, getting there quite quickly. He's looking to pass again. They've got numbers that get on the outside. It's good work here.
Nico Malan looking to hold the ball up. They might have managed to get him up there.
Yeah, it's into a maul now. It's great work there by Nico Malan. Great defensive work there.
They turned the ball over. Brilliant.
Henry Ratoy, great work there by number 6 from Nico Malan. Still trying to find that exit strategy.
He hasn't managed to find touch. I think he needed to get that ball out.
Yeah, it's gone down to Skip as a long pass across the field. There's some bit of space there. He's got a 1 or 2 forwards, loose forwards on his outside the wing, and he's just basically bundled into touch. So it's a great work there from Nico Malan. Obviously like a win gain for them, being on from the 5-yard line on defensive line out straight now. Basically, should say they made about 20 to 30, 35 meters on that defensive line.
I think the hookers woke up this morning dreading this festival weather, because this is going to make their job extremely difficult throwing into the lineouts with this wind.
Is this so 3? Great work there by Christian Grobler taking a nice run up.
Another great turnover, Nico Malan. They're thwarting all the opportunities that are coming into their 22 at the moment. Can they hold out, or are Garsfontein going to become a little bit more clinical as this game progresses?
That's great work there yet again by Henry Ratoy. Made a good tackle on the 15 early on just to hold up with regards to that maul, and now he's gone and steal and got the penalty. So great work there by Henry Ratoy from Nico Malan.
It's going to be interesting to see how the coaches also use the rolling subs in this festival this weekend, because obviously a lot of guys are being tactical in terms of their starting players and the guys coming off the bench. As you mentioned earlier, the Garsfontein, a couple of their star players coming off the bench with Claessens and Apollos there. So it'll be interesting to see when they start being brought into the game what difference they're going to provide here as well, because obviously as rolling subs they can come in and out whenever they need to.
Garsfontein really doing well now, putting Nico Malan under pressure with some good defensive work here. Good hits in the front there. Turnover ball up to Johannes. Johannes now got the ball offloading yet again up to number 6 from Garsfontein. Really looking to try and play a bit quicker now. They're looking for that ball, turnover ball and penalty. They really do look good with ball in hand. They look like they got their structures correct. I think they're trying to speed the game up. Nico Malan's just getting in there to slow it down just enough, just to frustrate them a little bit.
I mean, even with this win at the moment, they're managing to stay inside the Nico Malan half, and they've played it quickly.
Claessen's taking it up now, looking to do some body work there with their forwards. Good driving
carry
by Malan. Out wide, they've got numbers on the outside.
Can he give it?
Oh yes, great try, number 7.
To Blanche.
Etienne to Blanche.
Brilliant, good play. I suppose it was just a matter of time, because they were looking good on attack, managing to get over the advantage line with all their ball carries there. And as you said, looking very well structured at the moment. So Nico Malan are going to have to make sure they get down in the Garsfontein half, play a bit of a territorial game, because at the moment they can't be pegged down in their own half with the wind behind their backs.
You've got, you can just see as they just take it up quite close under the poles. They had a nice little bit of space on the left hand side. It was a good offload there by the centre from Garsfontein into to Blanche's hands, and it was very good work.
Tough conversion, kicking straight into the teeth. See if he's got the legs on this one. Oh, he's at nice and low. No, he's just pulled it to the left. It's going to be difficult for the kickers and the hookers out here today.
They're kept it nice and low from the kick, which is actually quite surprising. He didn't really think he could push it up into the air. Try to just keep a little punch, if you say in golf, when they're into the wind, you just try and punch it nice and low. He did the same thing with that kick. Bit of starting to drizzle now as well, folks. Good kick off there from Nico Malan. Good carry as they look now to put Garsfontein under a bit more pressure. Now yet another pot up to the toy. Good defensive work there by Garsfontein. Wagner to Dickon. Good little kick ahead.
Good option.
Yeah. Great follow up here for Nico Malan. What's going to lead to is Skeppers gets back. Knocked it on. No knock on. Good defensive work there by Garsfontein. Because now they look to just try turnover. Wagner. To Murray taking up hard. Wagner yet again looking to feed one or two runners.
Zietsman with a big carry there. Crowd got a little bit of a groan when he came with the ball in hand there.
The toy, Dickon, it's good work. Great offloads. Just lost it on there by the centre, Dragonder. Good defensive work. They could be out on the outside. Yeah, numbers on the outside. It's good running out there by Blanche. Good carry out. Good work, inload. I think it's Johannes has got it now. He goes to ground. This looks like they're really looking to run the ball out here from Garsfontein. Good defensive work there by Nico Malan. Johannes. Advantage for the penalty offside. Great work here.
Oh, great break. Oh. Can he go all the way? He's been hauled in. Great tackle
by Dion van Zyl. And good turnover by Nico Malan. Great work here by Nico Malan. Their defensive is sort of just getting back in stages to scramble defence worked well for them. And Dickon looking to clear touch. He's sort of pushed it.
Hasn't managed to find touch. I think Nico Malan need to try and get this ball out of play. Playing into Garsfontein's hands at the moment by giving them ball in hand. Yeah. Good
work there back to Claessens. Claessens looking to just push up, offload again. Great work here by Garsfontein. Just trying to be patient. Their offloads have been pretty good. Back into Claessens again. He's been held up now. They might just slow it down.
Continuity's been really good by Garsfontein. Offloading games working really well for them at the moment. So, but that also comes from being able to win the contact collisions, which I think Nico Malan needs to step up with.
Yeah, probably just taking a good carry up there. They're just looking to find some rhythm. Another good carry there by the centre from Garsfontein as they're looking now to just try and speed up the game. Great work there by the number 3 there from Garsfontein, Malan. That is great work there again by Detroit again. Looks like he's turned it over. Great work. He's really having a good game. He's turned over a couple of turnovers here. It's really saving Nico Malan. Kick downfield. Got Skeppers now at the back there for...
Tough position for him, yeah. Difficult to kick, so he's going to have to try run it out. Great defense by Nico Malan. Can they get this ball turned over and capitalize?
They've got numbers on the right-hand side, yeah, if they do get over. And yes, great penalty. Great defensive work there by Nico Malan. Great work by Detroit, number 6, Henry Detroit from Nico Malan. Turnover, quick tap kicker. They've got numbers on the outside. Van Zyl. Great defensive work there by Garsfontein.
Needed to release that pass.
Just short of the line here. Murray's in. Long pass out to the guy that's doing some great work here from Nico Malan. Detroit now, Wagner. Dickon. Good carry up here by...
Garsfontein with a chance to attack again. His space out, it's only the prop and the lock chasing back.
That says feel it could be dangerous.
Great
work there by Claessens.
Another turnover.
Knock on there. It was end-to-end stuff there, Joe. So great work from both sides. Great, just trying to keep that ball alive. And obviously I think with regards to Nico Malan, just taking it quickly and then just a slight knock on by Dickon, which then turned the ball over to Garsfontein, and they showed some bit of pace on the outside.
I think Johan Barnard, the loose head prop of Nico Malan, did well there. He had to cover across the wing coming down the touchline there, so he did well, got himself back, and now he's got to get into the scrum and make sure he gets a good shove on for his team.
I think those forwards do just as much work as the backs in the nowadays. They don't seem to just concentrate on one sort of area anymore. It's a lot of speed work as well, so good up to him.
I think that's what they like to tell us, Lal. I'm still not convinced.
Skeppers, great running line. Java Skeppers, he's got a man on the outside. He's going to go himself. Great offload, great pickup.
Brilliant.
It's a great try.
Brilliant try.
By Lensley. Tian Lensley scores the try with great hands pick up there, and great work by Skeppers, Jean-Ray Skeppers, the fullback. He's had some good runs this afternoon. Great line running breaks, and then a great offload as well.
Skeppers pulled off quicker than a honeymoon gown there when he went through that gap. Brilliant try, brilliant offload. I think Nico Malan are under a lot of pressure at the moment. Garsfontein looking like they're getting into their stride quite nicely here.
Yeah. Now the backs are really looking quite good with the ball in hand, and they seem to run the ball well. If you have a look here on the replay, there goes Skeppers straight through the line. Great work to come back in, and then offload was fantastic, and a great pickup by Lensley to actually finish off the try. With conversion coming in here from... Oh, that's a great kick. That is a great kick. Just short, folks.
Yeah. Struck it well. Just no reward for the conditions that he's kicking in.
Yeah, Johannes also played pretty well for the Garsfontein, the little number 9. He's been quite elusive around the breakdown, getting the ball out quite nicely. So his feed, his distribution to his backs have been very good. Decision making has also been quite solid.
I think Nico Malan did well in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game when they were playing down the Garsfontein 22, testing their defense. But again, they've just managed to get out of they haven't managed to get out of their own half playing with the wind. So I think their boot needed to get used a bit better here. They're playing straight into Garsfontein's hands, and Garsfontein are playing brilliant attacking rugby at the moment.
They're starting to find their rhythm, but they're starting to just punch their way back up the field. They seem to be putting Nico Malan under a lot of pressure with the ball coming, so they're obviously trying to slow it down. And Garsfontein really want to play, they look like they want to play quick, fast running rugby, and give credit to Nico Malan. They are trying to slow it down, which is the correct thing to do, but just giving away too many penalties. Line out on the halfway line here to Garsfontein. It's going to go the short line out here.
But scrappy.
Just knocked on there by one of the Nico Malan players. So advantage being played here by the ref. Olkers, good carry by the centre. Fenter.
Fenter's been doing well. He's been carrying a lot of ball for Garsfontein today. See me involved in a lot of the thick of things.
Unfortunately, a bit of a knock on the kick going forward there, and then another knock on from Garsfontein. So there's no advantage. The refs come back for a scrum to Garsfontein just inside Nico Malan's half.
I think with 3 minutes to play, Lal, it's going to be important now to see which team scores just before half time. Yeah, it could have a big influence going into that second half. Obviously for Garsfontein into the wind, it'll be fantastic. Nico Malan, I think, have to score here to try and get a little bit of a lead going into that second half.
I think they just need to try and play more positional with the wind behind them, just to try and keep, like they did in the first sort of 8 minutes of the game, where they had them under pressure and led to their first try.
Good left attacking scrum opportunity here for Garsfontein. They're looking like they're going to get the ball out wide, and they've created numbers.
Just good carry yet again here by Garsfontein. Toy trying to get onto that ball very well. He's got it, I think, again. He's been exceptional at the breakdown for Nico Malan. Turned over ball again. Good carry up here by Nico Malan, and just
not executing the pass there. I think that was an important time for them to try and get down the other side there.
And I think it's half time. That's half time here, folks. As we're just trying to make sure if it is half time. The refs just having a chat to the Nico Malan side. We half time here between Garsfontein and Nico Malan here in Port Elizabeth. Score is 10-7, and we'll be back shortly.
We're all going somewhere, but we're not all getting there the same way. That's why Standard is now personal. Personal to your journey. To your next big idea, big deal, big win. Your next I do. You need a bank that's human above all else. That fosters interactions above transactions. That encourages accountability, not just accounts. Because when you step onto your next, we step up to your next dream turned reality. Your next, siyakubongela mntanam, usebenzile. So what's your next? Because wherever you're going, we'd love to come along for the journey. Standard Bank, moving forward.
All right, folks, welcome back here. It's halftime at the Grey PE Festival, the Garsfontein High School Festival. We've got Garsfontein 10 and Nico Malan 7. It's very windy, folks. If you look at it now, it's blowing from right to left. It was at the back of Nico Malan, so Garsfontein's done very well, Jared, to get in front at 10-7 at halftime. Your comments on the first half?
Yeah, I think it was a good first half. I thought Nico Malan did well. The first, as you mentioned, 7 or 8 minutes into the game, played in the right areas. They unfortunately let Garsfontein come back at them, and by the end of the first half, we had Garsfontein dominating territory and possession. So scoreboard, I think, reflects that. It's interesting to know what Reino van der Merwe and his coaching team are chatting to the Garsfontein boys there, because I think obviously the second half is going to be important for them to play that tactical game, although their offloading has been really good as well. So going to have to try and find the balance, I suppose.
I think from their side, their backs have really shown that when ball in hand, they're quite dangerous, especially their fullback, Skier Pierce. He's had 2 great runs, one offload that led to a try. So I think what I would do is try and play the positional game and then let their backs sort of get into the game and try and, I think that's where they'll dominate in the second half. But Nico Malan, they've been quite good. I think they've loose forwards. Henry Du Toit has been outstanding on today, defensively, and obviously stealing and turning over balls, winning some penalties in crucial parts of the game. So I think if he can keep on going there and get 1 or 2 other guys to help him on that defensive wise, he'll be able to keep that score down as low as possible. Obviously the extra strategy for Nico Malan is going to obviously try and keep ball in hand, because it's going to be quite difficult to try and get out of their half if they are quite deep.
Yeah, and I think it's a good time to mention as well, if you're in and around the PE area, to come pop past. There's games on about 5 or 6 different rugby fields from under 14 through to first team. So it literally is a festival of rugby with a great atmosphere all around in all the tents, all the food and drinks and coffee that you can possibly imagine. So come and enjoy a good festival rugby.
Good kick-off there by Garsfontein. Good work by Nico Malan. Like you said, they're going to try and keep it in hand. Offload yet again to Du Toit. He's been outstanding today. Good work there by Wagner. Oh, great defensive tackle there by Garsfontein.
Oh, he's put 2 hits in a row there. Brilliant work. Good work ethic down there.
There goes Du Toit again.
Turnover ball.
Yep, there we go. It's good work,
space.
Yep, good, great work.
Can he get that last pass? Oh, brilliant try.
Here we go.
That's Claessen's.
Yep, that's Claessen's. You can see when he came on the field, actually, I was just going to say to you, it looks like they've made a change. And you can see the way he just came into that line, folks, with just such skill and such, it's just sort of a cut knife with butter.
Well, we spoke about the impact that the substitutes might be able to have during the game. It took Ulrich Claessen's just over a minute to actually put a stamp onto the game. So brilliant run by him. He had numbers on the outside, decided to go himself, but still scored the 5-pointer.
So slicing butter with a hot knife.
It did indeed look that way. I think this is going to be a tough conversion successful.
Yeah, great kick.
I think this is going to be a tough half for Nico Malan to fight their way back into this now, because Garsfontein scoring that try now, building a bit of a lead with the wind behind them, is going to be a tough animal to stop now.
Yeah, it's good work, just good turnover, quick ball out wide. You can just see the way he just accelerated into the space here, folks, and just saw the gap that he had and just used his feet well. Good balance on the side step as well. Just trying to see if they've made 1 or 2 other changes on the field. There's also it's back to Johannes, makes kicks down midfield. Ball's being picked up now by Nico Malan, spread out wide. It's good defensive work here by Garsfontein. They're just sort of going straight up the middle of the field.
Not many numbers out there for them.
Yeah, they're
just moving laterally.
Yeah. It's good defensive work here from Garsfontein. They're just sort of holding Nico Malan in their half, putting them under a bit more pressure. Wagner up. Pass to the toy. It's good carry by the toy. So a really good game for Nico Malan. Out to Dickens. Great defensive work here by Garsfontein. They're driving him back. Wagner to Dickens again. Great offload there by Dickens. Great work here by Nico Malan outside to the centre, setting up pods again. Just been held up again. Ball's coming a bit slowly now. Wagner's got it to the base. Oh, looks like he knocked it on. It was great work there by Nico Malan. Really looked good from Dickens to offload it to Kemp.
I think. Sorry, Lal. I was going to say, I think Scott Matthew and the boys from DHS are going to be watching this game closely, because they obviously got Garsfontein on Monday, and I think with similar conditions expected for Monday, that should also be another ding-dong battle. So I think there'll be a few eager coaches watching opposition here, trying to have a look, taking their notes, building up into their fixtures today and for Monday.
Yeah, they see they've made a positional switch here. They got Claessens in at scrum half, and they've moved Johannes into fly half. So there's been a little bit of a positional change for Garsfontein at half time. I do think that the centre is also new. I just want to try and get his number, folks, on the Garsfontein. I think he does look like he's replaced the other centre, the runner, the good centre that was under 12, Fenter. So they look like they have made quite a few changes at half time.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like it's Apollos at 12, yeah?
Yeah.
So former SA Schools player on the field now for Garsfontein.
It's great work here by Garsfontein, just pushing Nico Malan back into that left-hand corner. They're going to do great defensive, great running lines here. Taken in there by Buitendach. Good work out here, and there's a great try.
And it's Claessens and Apollos linking together, the two men off the bench, making an immediate impact again.
Yeah, you can see that's what we spoke to the coach early on today, just before we got on here, folks. He said he's kept some of their main players on the bench for today's work with the first half. He's obviously realised that he needs to bring them on and give them a run in the second half, and they've made a great impact straight away in this first 5 minutes of the game. It was Buitendach, they got their turnover ball back to Claessens, and then Claessens obviously to Apollos.
Claessens has made a good impact and difference to this Garsfontein team so far in the second half. Speed of play has been quite quick. They're getting some width on their passing, getting out wide into the trams, and this Nico Malan team is chasing a few shadows at the moment.
Yeah, they made another also. Willems is also on for Skeppers, who we thought he had a good game, the fullback for in the first half. So he's also been replaced, taking him off, using the rolling subs very well, and he just pushed that to the left.
Again, the game we got after this is St Andrews and Durban High School, so it should also be another good game coming up. I think Garsfontein will also be watching with eager eyes after their game, have a little bit of a stretch and a rest, and keep an eye on what happens in that DHS game. You can see Nico Malan also just looking to get back into the game. They've got to really try and
keep that ball in hand as much as possible and just try and work their way up the field.
Dragona got the kicking duties here for Nico Malan. He's sent it deep, giving Garsfontein an opportunity to kick it back at them.
Yeah, good work here. Look at that. Looking to run, looking to open up the spaces now back. Oh, unlucky there. Just a knock on there. I think that is from Johannes. It's great vision there from Apollos. You can see as he's come on, he had a look at it. He was going to kick it, and he saw there was space in just behind the line. Chipped over, and Johannes was unlucky not to pick that up and gather it. I think if he picked it up, he would have had a man on the outside, and it could have been another quick try to Garsfontein.
I think Nico Malan need to just try and slow this game down a little bit, try and build and work their way back into it, keep some ball in hand, build a few phases, get their confidence up. I think they need to be the next team to score here.
Yeah, it's good work there by Nico Malan. Vachana to Dicken outside wide to the centre. It's again now. Great running pick up there by Kalitz.
Another example of a drop ball just being neglected, and obviously somebody willing to pounce on it, picks it up and scores the 5-pointer.
Yep. We teach it and announce. Play to the whistle. Kali Kalitz, great vision to pick up and keep it going. Unfortunate knock on there by Dragonder.
Yeah, it's funny how the game of rugby works, but the things that you get taught in under 9 are often the things that get neglected when they get a bit older. Yet they're the most important aspects of the game.
So Johannes is looking to add the 2 points, folks. I'm sure he'll probably push this just to the right of the right hand upright, and hopefully it'll just curl in like a little draw at golf. Just too much.
He did chip it, certainly didn't try and kick it too hard.
I think we're going to see a different sort of play from Garsfontein. I think they're going to really look to play this game fast, out wide. They're going to use their strength. Looks like their backs are full of running, especially the new guys that have come on, Claessens, Apollos, Buitendach in the flanks, really looking like they want to make a statement while they're on the field.
27-7 to Garsfontein at the moment. It's going to be tough for Nico Malan now going into the last 21 minutes of this game.
Good carry up there by Blanche, Claessens, Johannes looking out
lots
wide.
of space out wide again.
Running the ball out wide, yeah, looking very strong. It's good work coming back inside. Just a little bit over eager there by Buitendach, but that was good work there by Garsfontein. They're going to look like they're going to run the ball from all angles now.
Yeah, just as you said, Lal, Garsfontein definitely looking to keep ball in hand now. I think they believe they've got a good enough lead that they can now start playing with a little bit more ball in hand.
You can see those players that we spoke about at half-time, Claessens and Apollos, definitely have made an impact since they've been on. Even Buitendach, the flanker, number 21, he's come on. He's really looked quite solid since he's been on the field. Good work there by Nico Malan as they look to now just to try and keep the ball in hand. Dragonda out wide. Good inside passing, great rating rugby here. Good work Van Zyl.
First time in the opposition half for quite a while, so can Nico Malan look after the ball here?
Great work from De Toy, offloading again. Wagner looking to spice up in the middle there. He's done very well now. They've done very well with ball in hand, but it looks like it's going to be a turnover.
Very impressed with the Garsfontein defensive structure at the moment. Nico Malan really struggling to break through at the moment. They're needing a little flash of brilliance from somebody.
Here we go. Great work here by Garsfontein. You can see they don't panic with regards to their attack. Just lost on in the tackle, but a forward pass called earlier by the ref.
Apollos looks like he might have been born with the rugby ball in his hand. He just seems to handle it extremely well. Got a good feel for the game.
Yeah.
Almost reminds me a little bit of a Kurtley Beale type of player when he's moving with that ball in his hand. So good to see some attacking flair coming through in South African rugby again.
Yeah. He's got good vision. To me, it looks like a charity. It really looks like when he just looks up to see what's going on, he reads situations very well, and then he attacks at that area.
Lal, from your perspective now, what do you think Nico Malan need to do to try and get themselves back into this? Because it is now a 20-point deficit. They've got about, what's that, 18, 19 minutes left to play. So it's going to be really difficult for them to try and work their way back into this.
I think they need to try and slow their game down as much as they can. You know, they're just playing straight back into the hands of Garsfontein. They're going to take it quick. I reckon they need to just slow it down, kick it out, just try and take some time off the clock and recover with regards to what's happened. I mean, they've had 3 tries, very quick tries, I should say, in the second half. So I think
we've got a red card there. Sorry, Lal. It looks like we just JP just given him a red card. Oh, they've just sent off. Who's that? Landsberg. That's just been sent off there. It looked like he gave the signal for chirping. So,
yeah.
I mean, geez, it's been a while since I've seen a red card for chirping. So I don't know what he must have said to him. Obviously, took tips from the Aussie cricket players.
We're still trying to figure out if it was a red. It looks like it is red because he's sitting down in the dugout. So yes, he has been sort of sent off.
Well, we were talking about how Nico Malan can work their way back into the game, and a red card could be one of those ways to get themselves back in.
100%, 100%. Yeah, look at Nico Malan. Look at just to push up again. Dickens, little chip kick through here.
Great option.
Pretty well. Oh, just too far, but great work there by Nico Malan. And now we've got Apollos who's going to feed the ball down. Great work here, trying to just turn the Nico Malan back line. We've got Buitendach in chase.
Space to the left if you can get it out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And just sliced that off that kick. It's great work there by Garsfontein. Apollos, you can see it again. He just casually and coolly ran up, kicked the ball down the middle of the field, cleverly knowing that the ball can be down here. The wind's at his backs, knowing that the return kick's going to be sort of hard to get away, Jared. So he's made a gain of almost 80 meters, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Garsfontein definitely playing the conditions a little bit better at the moment. Botha onto the field as well, yeah, throwing into the line out.
It's all just standing still yet again. You've got Johannes just looking to get some runners. Good ball carrier yet again, looking against Shrap the middle again. Garsfontein with some of their forwards looking for another sort of pod.
Very good balance in this Garsfontein team between forwards and backs. Their forwards are doing a lot of the hard work up front, and then they've obviously got really good attacking players in their backline here as well that are able to put the finishing touches on.
Buitendach's going to look at carry. He's been quite impressive since he's been on the flanker. Claessen's great work here by Garsfontein. They're just trying to get up into the faces of Nico Malan. Ball's coming back again, no knock on.
Good carry by Botha.
Yeah. It's a great work there by Henry du Toit.
It's another steal. Phenomenal.
Fantastic,
on the ground.
Yeah. And they're looking to go out wide. This is good work by Nico Malan. And they now kick ahead and chase. Got a bit of pace on the outside. Just couldn't find the boot of Nico Malan there. I think it would be another nice race if the ball had gone to into the sort of the 25 or the in-goal area.
Draguna showing a good turn of speed there.
Yeah.
Almost got ahead of his man. If he got another little hack ahead there, could have been an interesting finish to that one.
Yeah, I really rate the number 6 from Nico Malan, Henry du Toit. He's had a fantastic game. He has really tried his best to slow the game down, steal the ball. His turnovers has been fantastic. His work rate has been phenomenal. He's really had a good game for Nico Malan. Oh, great carry up there by
Apollos. Great pass out wide.
Out to Lerm. Lerm inside to Buitendach. Great work here by Garsfontein. Good carry there by Buitendach. Johannes, Claessen's little chip ahead. There's no one at the back there. Great kick. Great work there by Wagner from the Nico Malan side now as they're trying just to try and get the exit strategy right. And start entry blown there by JP Clemens.
Difficult decision now for Nico Malan. Not much of an angle to work with. Almost got to think they must keep ball in hand here.
He's been very impressive since he's getting on the field, Diego Apollos. We've been told that he obviously was part of the SA school side last year, and he has shown that he is a very good runner with the ball and visionary. It's great work here by Nico Malan. Got to du Toit. Van Zyl on the outside, showing a good pair of heels. Oh, great running here, Van Zyl.
Can he go all the way? He's got the head down. Oh, just hold in. He's managed to lose the ball a bit in contact, but can they regain? Looks like they still got it on their side.
Yep. Wagner looking to just get it out there. If they can get the ball out quickly to the left-hand side, yeah, they'll have numbers. Good carry in there by Nico Malan, just stopped short of the line. Vacken at the base. Good hands here to Dickens. Good work. Oh, he just pushed him out.
I think decision making there by the Nico Malan boys, they get carried into touch. They had a lot of space in between there. I think somebody needed to take it to the line and try and attack the spaces.
And there was no advantage played there by the ref, and they're obviously coming back for a penalty. That was great work there by Van Zyl, showing a good pair of heels as he made a great run here. You can just see a little bit lateral running across. He should have just maybe gone a bit straighter and would have been able to bring that defender in and allowed him a bit of space on the outside. They're going to carry it up.
Van Zyl's had a good few runs today as well. Made a good impact there in the backline for Nico Malan as well.
There we go again, ball on the outside yet again. Good work here by Nico Malan. There's now looking to quick ball on the outside. Great work there, great try by Barnard, Johan Barnard.
Nico Malan needed to score that try. They've got themselves back into it. Garsfontein, if you missed it, have got a red card at the moment. It was their 5 lock. I think it was Landsberg that got sent off, Aldo. So it's going to make their line outs and things a bit difficult. I think Nico Malan need to try and target that area, contest a little bit of ball, work their way into this, because one more try here with 13 minutes to play, they're fully in it.
Great running lines here by the front row, Barnard, just basically running into the space is what you want them to do as you coach them. You know, don't run at the man, run in the space, and that was perfect space running, as you said, and the offload from Vacken was fantastic.
Lal, there aren't too many greater sights in rugby than seeing a front rower smile when he scores a try. I think that could have been his first in his career, the way he was celebrating with that one.
Unfortunately, Dickens just pushing that ball a bit high in the wind, just taking care of the of that direction and just holding it up. It's very, very strong. It's actually picking up. It feels that the wind's really, as the day's going on, it's getting stronger. Good Apollos now looking to restart. Ferreira with a carry. Wagner. De Toy. Great inside running here by De Toy. He's always at Kempt. De Toy's having a fantastic game now. Now they're full of running this side.
He's managed to keep the ball alive. Great offload. Still going.
It's great work by Nico Malan. Wagner out. He's got it back again to De Toy
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, Lal, De Toy's almost single-handedly been keeping Nico Malan going. Yeah, he's been brilliant so far today.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. A great line run there, great break. Just showed a good set of heels there. It was him and his number 19, the other loose forward, that came on to help him. He just maybe needed a wing or a centre next to him, and I think it was try time.
Interesting decision, taking the 3 points here. They'll still be 12 points behind then if they get this over with 11 minutes to play. I would have thought into the wind. It's not often you can get up here that easily. They should have probably kept ball in hand and looked for that try.
Yeah, especially where they've been playing the last 2 or 3 minutes. They've really been putting Garsfontein under a little bit of pressure. Just finding a bit of inroads through their defensive line. So there was some good work there. I think they maybe should just keep that pressure on.
The way I'm seeing it with 10 minutes to play, I think it's going to be difficult to get 2 converted tries to take the lead here. Conversions aren't easy, so you're right in front of the sticks in the middle of the 22. I would almost think keep ball in hand and push for that try.
Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to have a set play, left or right.
Did get the conversion over, the penalty over though, so that's put it now to 27-15, 12-point deficit with about 9.5 minutes to play.
So we do have a man out injured at the moment with spine the poles. We're not too sure it is, but they're playing on. Good carry there by Garsfontein. Good work up here yet again.
Good carry by Van der Merwe, Gerry Van der Merwe. Big burly front rower.
There goes Apollos again. Seems to be just so casual and cool, folks, as he gets in there out to Cullets. Good carry there. Good steal yet again, and I'm sure it's our man, De Toy.
Looks like it might have
been.
Here we
go, and Van Zyl's on the outside. Yeah, they've got spaces to burn. Looking on the inside. Great work here by Nico Malan. Great work. Looking on Van Zyl, who started all. He's going to look. This is fantastic interplay between Nico Malan backs, and unfortunately just pushed the ball back into touch.
It was a great turnover initially by Werner Lau. He looks like he's also managed to get himself in there with a nice steal. Brilliant turnover play, counter-attacking work from Nico Malan. They've got themselves in a situation now where they've got a line out on Garsfontein's 5-meter without their starting lock. So good opportunity to try and contest the possession here.
Yeah, their score now, it's going to be very interesting for that last 8 or 7 minutes it's going to go in here. And like we said, the two flanks for Nico Malan have been outstanding. They actually look very similar in stature and the way they play, so we do get them sometimes confused. Good work out to Apollos and forward pass.
If Nico Malan managed to score a try here, they might make us eat our words about that penalty.
Folks, you can probably hear through the mics, the wind is absolutely howling down here in PE.
Great attacking platform here for Nico Malan. It's going to be important for Garsfontein to try and stick this one out defensively.
As a rule here, you know, folks, for high school rugby, they have to make sure that the numbers at the scrums are the same. So basically, because the one guy's been sent off, they've got to reduce their numbers to 7. So Nico Malan's got an extra player in the back line. Good work from Wagner. He's looking to go wide. He's going to just short held up there by Buitendag. They do have numbers on the left-hand side. Wagner to Dickon to Dragonda. Van Sail. Good work there by the number 14 as he looks to go inside. Offloads to Apollos. Apollos now just boot that all the way downfield with a wind.
Great clearance by Apollos. Nico Malan just needing to keep that ball a little bit tighter. They're going too laterally at the moment, giving Garsfontein an opportunity to defend them. They needed to keep that right there near the ruck, keep a little bit of ball in hand, and I think they would have managed to score close to the poles there.
Yeah, maybe a little pick up and go by one of the guys just to keep in sucking one or two of those defenders on around the fringes. It would just seem to be too easy for Garsfontein to defend.
We got the tight head prop for Nico Malan throwing in at the moment. Who's Vian Creer? Quite interesting. Nice little backhand pass from Wagner there.
Back to the toy. Dickens. Drochanda. Great work there by. This is great outside space. Great ankle tech there by Apollos. Good work out here too low.
Nico Malan really have picked up and look like they've turned a gear in the last 6 or 7 minutes, playing some really good rugby at the moment. Now it looks like Garsfontein on the team hanging on.
Yep. Dickens again. Great work there by Dickens. Great feet. He's got through the gap. He's got a man on the outside.
Jeez, the footwork. Unbelievable.
And Apollos yet again will just cool and calm, and I think it's direct. He's kicked it out direct, unfortunately. Great work here by Nico Malan. Really coming back here at the last 6 or 7 minutes, Jared. They're really looking good now. They're looking like they've got a bit of fire in their belly. So it was great work. Unfortunately, it was yet another ankle tap that just got that pass, that offload a little bit skew.
Jeez, I'll tell you, Delron Dickon had me looking at another field there with that footwork. He was unbelievable. Lyle just there in the background. Looks like we've unfortunately got a player getting stretched off the field. I'm not sure which player that is. We'll try and find out. Doesn't look too good. Hopefully he'll be alright though.
So Dickon out here to Dragonda. Dragonda is looking to yet again full of running at the moment. Dickon back inside. All out wide to Detoy. Detoy's full of running now. He's got really looking like to just make his way through the game.
4 Garsfontein players needed to put him down at the moment.
I think it's been turned over here by Garsfontein. Tackle release was called by the ref. Nico Malan's really playing well in the last 8 to 7 minutes here, folks. They're really looking good. They're looking to make the right choices. They're keeping ball in hand. They look like they've just pushed the gear up there. They just actually, just off that red card, they just seem to say, we've got a chance here. Let's just run everything they've got at Garsfontein.
With just over 4 minutes to play, they're going to have to score very soon if they want to get themselves into the shot towards the end. Obviously, from the Garsfontein perspective, they're going to look to try and hold them out, get that ball hoofed back downfield, and then I think the time should be on their side.
Good sack there by Garsfontein. We've got Wagner, Dickon, Dragonda, Dickon out wide. Little chip ahead.
Not a bad little option, but I don't think time is on their side at the moment. If Garsfontein play this clever, they'll take their time getting to the line out, just take a safety option and hoof this ball straight back downfield.
Yeah, Paulus will be, look, that guy, seems to have got quite nice big boots, so I think he'll just stick it up into the air and let the wind do the work. Gone with a short line out. Good work here by... Whoa, knock on.
And that man, Apollos, instead of kicking it, looks like he was going to carry it up and he's lost it. There's numbers out wide.
Drachonde going through the gap, another try. Yes,
he
great
scored
try.
It. Jeez, 3 minutes to play. Unbelievable. We got game on here, Lal.
Yeah, it looks like it's commentator's curse. We just said they were going to look at an extra strategy, kick it down the field, be simple. And Apollos unfortunately lost that ball forward and turned over quickly by Nico Malan. And great work. They didn't really panic. Looked to go left. And Drachonde really ran a good line there through that space of that gap that opened up for him.
Yeah, I don't think Garsfontein played that one too cleverly. With their lock out off the field, they won the line out. I think they just needed to clear that immediately from the 9, put that ball out, start again with a new line out a little bit further down the half.
That's a fantastic kick there.
27-22 with 2.5 minutes.
Great kick there by Dickens. Game on.
Garsfontein also running to get up to this kickoff now as well. I can't seem to understand how they're trying to operate. Maybe they're also wanting to put a try on before the end of this game. Either way, I think we're going to have a good finish to this game.
Good take. Nico Malan really looks like they've got another sort of gear. They've just pushed up now. Really, those 2 tries have just got them back in the game. Good carry there by the number 4. They're going to have to run it out here, folks, as the wind's pumping. Dickens looking again. Drachonde. Oh, turnover ball here.
Looks like Garsfontein. Oh, they had numbers on to the right.
Oh, I think it's
they might score anyway. Is he short? He's just been held up short.
They've got numbers on the outside. Great try there by Johannes.
Game, set and match. Garsfontein doing well, scoring a try, so not crumbling under the pressure, managing to still score a try themselves to open up a little bit of the gap there.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you ever look at Nico Malan, Jerry, they needed to run that ball out. There's not much time left on the clock, and just that offload that was from Dickens to Drachonde. If it had gone to hand, you would have been on the other side of the field. Unfortunately, they just lost forward, and good work from Garsfontein to pounce on that ball.
Again, conversion taken quickly. Okay, but that's the end of the game. 32-22, Garsfontein. Lal, I thought that was actually a really good game of rugby there at the end.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, 7 minutes into the second half, Garsfontein looked like they were really dominating play. Looked like they were going to run away with the game. The red card, which was given to them, just slowed their momentum down and allowed Nico Malan back in the game. And I give credit to Nico Malan. We thought they were dead and buried, and they came back with a great score of 32-24 at the end of the day.
Yeah, well done to Garsfontein. I think that's a good win, and if the viewers stay tuned, we've got a good couple of games coming up next. We've got St Andrews and Durban High School, and then we've got Dale College and Jeppe, and then we've got Selborne College and Cares, followed up by the Grey High School versus St John's in the final game of the day. So some good rugby coming up, folks.
Actually, there's about 80 matches in total in and around this area, so please get yourself down to the Grey Festival. We've just brought you live Garsfontein winning this match between Nico Malan 32-24 in very windy conditions. We saw some great tries by both teams, some great running rugby in these conditions. I think they must be given good credit to the coaching staff to show good display. So from our side, we will chat to you later. From our side, we'll chat to you guys later, and thanks, Jared, for commentating next to me.
Thanks, Lal.